Hey everyone, welcome back to Steel Streams. We are on episode 4 of We Play Civilizations 5. Japan and Germany conquer the world in domination. And we're starting off on turn 78 here. I'm Jothan.
And I'm Gracie.
And we're going to put the smackdown on, so far we have Poland, the Mongols, the Aztecs.
Yes, the Aztecs, Venice,
The Ottomans.
and the Ottomans.
With their onion-shaped hats.
I thought you said Ottomans.
Ottomans?
Ottomans?
Ottomans.
Ottomans.
That's a piece of furniture. Moving right along though. We got, of course, my two cities, Berlin and Hamburg so far, and over on Gracie's side we have Kyoto and Osaka. Osaka, these guys right in the face. So this is of course a domination map. We're going to be trying to, of course, kill everybody else. That's the end goal objective. So far, just really kind of fending off the barbarian hordes, trying to keep them in line. My continent doesn't really seem to have another faction from what I've seen. I'm kind of all alone in my far east over here. But Gracie's got quite a bit to contend with so far. She's got Venice, Poland, and the Mongols, as well as the Ottoman. That's a full continent.
Yes, it is, and they are spreading like ants everywhere. Yes. It's getting so hard to try to figure out if I do want to settle again, where I'm going to settle again. I would like to go up north here, but then that means I'll be having to fight off Poland and the Ottomans, most likely at the same time, knowing my luck. And it seems like Poland is sending yet another settler up here. I'm thinking he's probably going to try to cut off my two cities, and then gives me no choice but to invade Poland. So, I'm saying, it's going to happen anyways. We will have to invade. It is a domination game. Why there's a Venetian worker up here, I have no idea. These AIs are just going crazy. Already, the Mongols have 4 cities. I don't even know how many the Ottomans have at this point. 1, 2, and I don't even see their capital. Probably somewhere around here, so probably 3 cities. And I thought this was kind of funny. This AI literally set up a city, and there's a barbarian encampment right here, inside of his city. So the AIs are just going insane and just settling everywhere. Whereas I tried to keep it small, but keep it focused. What's our next research?
That's what I was just looking at. Possibly, I was thinking engineering for the aqueduct helps with the city growth. Great Wall, which I probably won't be investing in. Not really much point in it. There's no invading parties near me that I have to worry about. Your territory, on the other hand, it might be kind of relevant.
Yes, very. And it seems that Genghis Khan and Suleiman have declared war on each other, which is actually great news for me. If they don't peace out early on, if they kind of destroy each other a little bit, that would actually be great. That means that they're not coming after me. Yeah, I'm just a little worried about my 2 little cities, not gonna lie. It seems like, Joa and I were talking, that it seems like every game we play privately, not recording, just for fun, goes so much better than this game. It seems like I just got a really unlucky hand with all of these AIs all around me that spread so fast. Whereas the last game I played Austria, and Joa played the Ottomans, and we totally just annihilated everybody in everything. We had the biggest military, we had the biggest populations, we had the best literacy, the most culture.
And we won through science victory.
And we won through a science victory. We dominated everybody. And it seems like this game, I'm just barely keeping pace. I actually got the lowest score right now, which the score isn't always the best determinant of how you're doing. And a lot of these scores are probably just for the size, but the fact Venice only has 1 city and still has a higher score than me, that means I really have some catching up to do that I'm not looking forward to having to do. Come save me, Joa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it actually may be a good idea at some point to try and get a settler over to my continent here, just in case, heaven forbid, uh, the mass horde of possible enemy factions over there manage to take one or two of your cities. That way you have a city to fall back on, and you're not wiped from the game. We had another attempt at recording a while back where we had played the Vikings and I believe it was the Ottomans, and I think it was, what was it, Aztecs, Rome, and
Yeah.
another faction all declared war simultaneously.
On me, I had one city. I was the Vikings, and the Aztec army and the Roman army came on both sides of my border, declared war on me in one turn, and at that point we were like, you know what? No, we're good. We're
Yeah,
good. They both had their unique units up at that time, and there was just no way.
Yeah, I was half a world away. No way to get over there in time. It was definitely a mulligan.
You were fighting the Huns off as it was. It was an insane round. I think we were doing a science victory match. So we just got really unlucky with all of these super freaking aggressive AI that just, oh my god, went nuts.
Although I gotta say, one thing I absolutely love about this game is the fact that you can kind of make your own, historical, semi-historical, fictional scenarios. Well, as she said, I was fighting off the Huns, and I thought the concept of a century-long war between the Ottomans and the Huns was kind of a cool concept because those two civilizations had existed at different periods in time and hadn't really run into each other. So having a fantasy match like that is pretty neat. Our last victory that we had the other night, where it was the Ottomans and Austria teaming up, and we had conquered the Mongolians, who had owned a continent and a half just by themselves, and me and Gracie had both shared a continent, and we had managed to knock them back. We took Venice, and after that, we had the largest navy in the world and easily out-teched all the other factions. And it was kind of neat to see like the Austrian Empire, as it was, conquer the world. But speaking of historical accuracy and fantasies like that, Civilizations 5, it turns out, is actually going to be coming to United States public high schools as a learning tool. And it's going to be a slightly modified version of the game from what I've read so far. It's going to have a little bit more analytics to it, a little bit more historical accuracy as far as scenario setups, and it's going to allow teachers to monitor their classes' actions and feedback, and it kind of it helps instill not only a sense of his I guess historical interest, because this game is it's one of those games where you click on a unit and you can click on the Civilpedia and it opens up a pretty broad description, both historical and in-game terms, of that unit's role, in the civilization itself. And to have something like that where students can kind of get interested and have fun while still being able to learn something. It also teaches about geographical importance and strategic resources and how that affects the rise and fall of various civilizations and empires over the course of history. It's really pretty neat. I'm pretty excited for it.
I moved the wrong unit. Accidentally moved that worker instead of that warrior. And as you can see, I've got a Polish worker, a great general, and a swordsman right at the border of Osaka, which I am.
That doesn't look good. Sounds like trouble.
Such trouble. I'm building this granary because I'm almost out of food. I got one food. I think I don't even have enough gold to be buying. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can't buy units when there's a unit. So, you know what? I'm just gonna, I guess, cheat a little bit and buy myself some units. I don't know. A swordsman could definitely take out that warrior unit. There's that great general and that swordsman. Between my composite bowmen, I could probably buy spearmen and then afford to be able to buy two. But swordsmen are stronger.
Yeah, if all you're gonna be fighting against is infantry so far, and they have no cavalry available, I'd probably go with the swordsman, just with the higher defense value. You can hold the territory and use him as a meat shield for the composite bowman.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I was going with machinery. Figure crossbowmen might give us the military advantage over Poland there.
Yeah.
It's good to see it. They're still using warriors though, as are the Mongolians, so you shouldn't have to worry about too much once you defeat that. There it goes. There he goes.
Declaring war.
Sneaky, sneaky Poland.
Going to go ahead and fire on that. Bring my worker back into the city. Bring my swordsman out. I'm going to definitely try to take out the swordsman first. I'm going to move this in. I really want to. I'm almost tempted to send that swordsman down. You go to sleep. But I also kind of want to take out that barbarian camp. You know what? They're on guard. I'm going to bring him back in and just see what that is going to. I should have bought another unit. No, I don't have enough money to buy another unit.
The fact that the Mongolians are coming over to Osaka there is kind of worrying. Poland though is definitely pulling the retreat. Think they bit off a little more than they could chew. They weren't expecting that quick of a retaliation.
Yeah. I guess they just thought they were going to pillage my cities and then run.
About that, they are wrong.
Which I'm going to see if I might go ahead and chase down some of these units. Oh, God. That's an army.
Oh, that's what they're retreating to.
Oh, shit.
That is definitely interesting.
Oh. Okay. Don't want to leave this city unguarded, but I need units. Can I borrow some gold?
I don't have much to offer, but I give you what I do have.
Okay, thanks, dear.
Although I will ask in return for a little bit of citrus.
That's fine. You can have whatever you like.
Them yummy oranges is what I want. I would be more than willing, of course, to send some military aid. Unfortunately, I don't believe we have the research that enables to cross oceans yet. I could try to follow the coastline, but I don't believe the coast stretches over there that far. I believe at some point I'll probably run in the ocean. Where'd your swordsman go?
They killed it.
Oh, that's definitely unfortunate.
That's alright. After this turn, I'll have my granary done. And then I'll see about being able to develop a bigger army out of Osaka. Right now, I've got stagnant growth, which is fine.
Went ahead and sent you another proposal. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit of military aid there as far as resources go. And just cleaning up some of these barbarians on my continent here. Really haven't explored the entirety of my land mass. Although it definitely looks like I'm by myself here, which is good and bad. It kind of reduces the opportunities for trade. I have this cargo ship sitting in my harbor of Berlin, and it's really kind of useless. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and delete the unit. Didn't cost me any upkeep cost for him, but 14 extra gold is a little bit something. I'm trying to save up as much as I can and ship it overseas here to help Gracie's war effort out, since I'm not plagued by the same invasion issues and concerns. Gonna go ahead and get the aqueduct down so we have that better city growth.
And Poland just built the Great Wall. Seems that that Polish army is retreating back, which is fine with me. I'm gonna let my guys heal up. I don't really have the ability to fight them all that much.
And it seems like the Ottomans and the Mongols have actually made peace.
Of course they did.
Yes, hopefully it's because they're teaming up to form an alliance against Poland there. But most likely that's not the case. Never that lucky. And kind of running out of tiles to improve with these workers, which I have a large abundance. Definitely does seem like Poland retreated for now, at least, though.
Yeah, they do have all those catapults, though, which makes me worried. I wonder when and if they plan on using them. They've also got this other city over here, which I'm curious about if I'm going to start expecting units from that side. My production is so low in this city that it's going to take me 11 turns to make a swordsman, which hurts, but I also don't really have the time, or I really don't have the money to start buying.
Definitely take that worker and start repairing those tiles in the southwest there.
Yeah,
just because the production bonus from the iron mine as well as the bison camp, and it only takes one turn to repair a tile compared to building an improvement on another tile, which will take anywhere from 3 to 5. Although, as you move him along, I'd definitely probably keep either the composite bowman or the swordsman on top of him, so that way Poland can't swoop in and steal him away.
I'm going to bring this composite bowman over here because these swordsmen are coming over. And as I expected, they are attacking from that side.
I do have to say, one of the things I dislike about Civilizations 5 as far as multiplayer goes, aside from the constant bug issues that we've been having, is the lack of an option to set allied spawning, where if you're playing with another player on a team, you don't have the option really to spawn in the same general vicinity. It's kind of completely random. And when you first start off on the map, it's rather hard to tell exactly how far apart you are because the fog of the war distorts the actual scale of the map, the mini map, and it makes it kind of difficult to tell exactly how much space is really in between you. Not to mention when you go to load a saved game after that, the map actually has a tendency occasionally to flip perspectives, and like I had started off on the left side, and Gracie was on the far right of my mini map. And when we relaunched the game, it had switched places, and now she's on the what I would call the west, and I'm on the east. But really, that's just being rather nitpicky. Even so, one of the greatest strategy games that I can think of. I mean, apparently it's so great that the school system's going to start implementing its use, which is awesome. Wish I got to play this back in high school. It would have been great, great fun. Grew up, of course, playing Civilizations. I believe 3 was my first entry in the series, and I've been a fan ever since. Really hoping Hamburg manages to stretch out, grab this iron deposit there. It would be fantastic, although I'm really not too sure about the reach of that city there. I don't think it's quite going to make it. But we do seem to have some more barbarian encampments spawning, so we're going to go take care of those.
What are you thinking for research?
Let's see here. I did. Oh, nope. Did not put us in a different era. Let's see. Okay, we're already in the medieval era. Renaissance would be coming up next, but we've got some stuff that we should probably take care of before then. We do have metal casting, which will give us the forge and the workshop, which both would be a big boon to our production, which is great for cranking out military units and everything if we're keeping that war effort against Poland up. Likewise, we could also do philosophy and drama and poetry. It'd only take about 11 turns for both of those, which would unlock a civil service, giving me the Landsknecht, which is some sort of pikeman. I believe this used to be the German special unit. Now I believe it's a mercenary unit you can purchase if you take the honor path policy, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. However, steel is actually one of our goals, is that will enable you to construct samurai. So I think metal casting is probably a good idea. It's gonna knock it down to about 5 turns there, which isn't too bad, and steel should be shortly after. Hopefully, if everything times right, could get a great scientist out and nearly instantly complete steel. Hopefully by then I should have enough gold to send you, and oh goodness. Poland is causing quite the mess there.
The last thing I need right now is a great merchant, guys. Come on. Thank you, dear.
Absolutely, anything to keep those Poles away. Of all the factions I expected to attack you, I have to say Poland wasn't really high on the list. I had kind of expected Mongolia or, oh, really Mongolia.
Yeah, but Mongolia is so far away. Poland was right at my border, so I was kind of expecting it. So I'm not that surprised. I guess I wasn't thinking it was going to come this soon, really.
But with the technology of crossbowmen, seem to be holding them off there.
I also was able to get a chariot archer out, and I do have this unit here that the more units I can kill, the better.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's going to be a war of attrition, and I think you definitely have the upper hand in that as far as general production goes. Poland seems to have spread themselves out pretty thin, so I can't imagine them being very far as technology or anything like that. I mean, like I said, we have crossbowmen, which definitely seems to be turning the tide of the war. And once we get some samurai up there, should definitely help.
Mm-hmm. Once I get samurai, I'm going after them. That's one thing I've learned about myself playing Civs is that I remember. It could be 100 turns. I will remember, and I will come after you.
Yes, although it would definitely help if we have siege units before we try attacking one of their cities. Although raiding it definitely could be effective, getting them to sue for peace if they haven't offered by then. I'm kind of just stocking up on. I gotta say, the German racial ability of converting a barbarian upon death is really kind of overpowered. Um, the majority of my forces actually are all conscripted former barbarians, and therefore I don't have to waste production value on them. Like, I can improve actual buildings in my cities and go for wonders and things like that. It's really saving me as far as turns spent on constructing military. The unfortunate part is I have this large military and nothing to fight over here. So we are just about finished constructing all the buildings we can in Berlin. Circus Maximus would actually be fantastic waiting on a Coliseum in Hamburg, however, that's 2 turns away. So turn 100, which will most likely be the final turn of this episode, we will start the construction of the Circus Maximus. And we will give people their blood and bread and all that good stuff. That's about all they'll get because, again, there is no actual war effort for me to attempt on this continent. So because we're waiting 2 turns, Settler's going to take us exactly 2 turns to build. I'm going to construct the Circus Maximus, and that should take about 5 turns, upon which time my Settler will be heading his way over to the east coast here. My goal, hopefully, being that I can't scroll all the way across, but my goal being to head east to get west. So that way, hopefully, I can reach Gracie and land on her western shores there and help the war effort with Poland. Uh, Going to have to research, I believe it was the astronomy, which is quite far away. Um, no bueno in that regard. So after we get steel, we're most likely going to start backtracking, getting philosophy, drama, theology, compass, education, of course, and then astronomy. All the requisites for that should be cut down by that point. And we'll be working our way towards getting this massive army where it needs to go.
Yeah, there's always a bit of a danger though trying to move land units across the sea because if you do run into ships, they will definitely be able to.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned.
Up. See, it will not let me because I haven't actually explored here, and as I said, it changes the scale of the map, your perspective of the map, depending on how much you've explored in the Fog of War. But the camera did just shoot over for just a moment there, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of distance between me and you as far as west from your point of view and east from mine. So, with that being said, I think I should be able to reach you without too much problem. Doesn't appear to be another continent here. The only thing I should have to watch out for at this point is barbarian ships,
Yeah.
which I'll most likely purchase some kind of naval escort and just get them across that way.
So I am curious because we do have one unmet player, and there is this landmass with the Aztecs on it. So there is going to be at least one more
continent
continent.
somewhere. Yes, I believe it's northeast of the Mongols and northwest of me. That's the only place I can really think of. I mean, I'm assuming there might be some islands over down here in the southwest, from my point of view, but it's really hard to say. We'll have to eventually figure that out. Go ahead and send a warrior with that settler. Make sure he doesn't get picked off by a barbarian somewhere. And workshop. We're going to go ahead and go with the Circus Maximus anyway before we get the workshop and forage. Even though those are very important as far as production goes, I want to get that built before I settle this next city, so that way the new city isn't required to have a Coliseum, because it won't be built yet, so it doesn't count as a city. And that's how you get past that prerequisite for a lot of the wonders. And that wraps up turn 100, which is the end of our episode 4 of Civilizations We Play. And we'll be picking it up next time on Steel Streams. I'm Jothan.
And I'm Gracie.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned on our channel. We'll be having weekly videos, of course. This week we should be having Civilizations Grimoire? Was the
Detective
Grimoire episode was just uploaded the other day. Check that out. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, of course. Tell your friends, family, everybody about the cool, awesome stuff we got on our channel. And stay tuned for more awesome episodes of just gaming in general. In the works, we also have our Warcraft movie review, a Game of Thrones season review, and next season prediction video will be on the table and uploaded sometime in the coming future. And we've got, there's one other one I'm forgetting.
I don't know. You'll have to come back and see.
Yep, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the other side. Jothan, out.
The Big Show.